Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, how you doing, guys? It's me, the one AJ, representing the Ministry of Wrestling. So you know what that means? It's another prediction show. We are all exhausted after the all-in weekend in London. Now it's time to head over to Paris, to Mexico, and Tokyo. No, I'm joking. It's time to head on over to Berlin because the WWE are bringing Bash at Berlin, and you know what that means? It's prediction time. Who's going to score the points? Who's not going to see it? We don't know. But let's see how the guys vote when we kick off with the Terror Twins versus the Judgment Day. So it's OG Judgment Day versus New Day Judgment Day. Not New Day Judgment Day because that hasn't existed yet. But yes, it's the OGs versus the new version. Quite simply, I believe that it's Dom and Daddy Dom and his new main squeeze, Liv Morgan, who are going to take the victory. It's too early for Judgment Day to lose the upper hand. I believe that the Terror Twins, as they're now called, it should be on paper their victory, but maybe it's the numbers game that will do it. But either way, Rhea and Damien are going to take the loss, even though they're going to dominate for the better part of this match. And that's just going to keep the feud going because, hey, that's the way it's got to go. So the Judgment Day to beat the Terror Twins.
There is one major reason that Rhea and Damien are not winning on Saturday. And that's Finn Balor. It is too early for these twins. It's too early for Rhea and for Damien to get their revenge. It's not that it's not earned, but the feel isn't there yet. We need more of the feel. We need to hate these villains even more than we already do. And Finn Balor has promised in a promo to antagonize Damo. So I think Finn Balor might very well be the it factor here that costs Rhea and Damien the match. But yeah, these villains need to become even more insufferable than they already are. And it all needs to lead, especially on the male side, to a Damien versus Finn as a big premium match on one of their premium live events, pay-per-views. By the way, did you all see that on that opening, copyright content for premium live events, it still says pay-per-view? Fun fact. They haven't even changed that wording yet. But yeah, Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan are winning this one, which may shock some.
I know y'all don't know all the recorders are sin. Just let y'all know, this is my last one. I made it the last because it's actually the hardest one to predict. Like, my mind's telling me Dominic and Liv is going to lose because they're going up against, like, the stronger team. But those two are so sneaky, they could do some madness together and win, and then Liv could cause Rhea the match and let it be something that Priest did by accident, and then Rhea start feeling like they're alone, or she's alone and all that. So I'm gonna go Priest and Rhea, but some shenanigans are gonna happen afterwards. Yeah, I'm sticking with it. Priest and Rhea Ripley to win. Deep down inside, I want them to win, but Priest and Rhea gonna win. Oh, I think I made a mistake.
Now, this is the match that's going to give all of the fans in the arena the most entertaining moment of the whole pay-per-view. And I think this may be the match that steals the show. Yes, there is a world title fight, but this has got a long storyline to it where everyone is invested. So this is where the crowd gets to have a little bit of fun. Yes, we're going to see someone get their A double crooked letter whooped. And in a former, a Hall of Famers entrance music's words, somebody's going to get their ass kicked. Somebody can't get their wig split. But, who it's going to be, well, we're yet to see. However, I do think there are a couple of receipts due now, and I think this one's going to go to the Terror Twins. Obviously, this is where they get to have a little bit of fun. It's a little continuation of the storyline, so obviously they're going to tell a story in this mixed tag match. But I think this is the match where a little bit of credibility and a little bit of receipts gets paid due. So I think this is going to go to the Terror Twins in Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley. Dominic obviously will get booed out of the arena. Liv Morgan, probably the same. They will have their little moments, but overall, I think Rhea will probably end up chasing Liv out of the arena, which will leave Damian Priest and Dominic alone in the ring. Judgment Day could get involved, so I don't know. Could we see a little resolve there? Could we see a little help there? I don't know. Obviously, it's not a no DQ match. So obviously, if anyone did get involved, it's most likely to be the Judgment Day. And I think in any other match, yeah, this is the kind of thing that's going to happen. But I think this is going to be the match where a little payback's going to happen. It's going to be a feel-good moment for the crowd, feel-good moment for the Terror Twins. So yeah, the winner, Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest. Damian Priest will probably get the pin on Dominic. And those are your winners, the Terror Twins.
So I'm not too sure about the name Terror Twins, you know. Like, it's alright. I'm sure it works on the t-shirt. I'm sure your kids will like love it, man. You know, it comes out to me sounding like the Wonder Twins, innit? Yeah, bit iffy that one is, but nevertheless, the team of two bona fide stars, Rhea and Damian, are, you know, taking on like the most hated guy in wrestling at the moment, Dominic, and his main squeeze, the women's world champion, Liv. And I feel this is, this is going to be a very entertaining match. As for who comes out on top, it's not as clear cut as you might think, because on the surface, yeah, like Damian and Rhea should just get their revenge. But if you do that, is the story then done? Now, what I think needs to happen is for Dominic and Liv to like somehow cheat, get the rest of the Judgment Day involved, and like eke out the win so we can continue this war and this feud. So I'm gonna go Dominic and Liv for the win.
Okay. So one of us feels that the Judgment Day will lose. The rest of us see. Well, no, two. Ooh, yeah. We're split. We're split already. Love it. First match and it's off the gate. So it may not be as predictable as we thought this match would be. 5 cards, 5 guys. Anything can happen, right? Okay, let's move on to match number 2 in my prediction, not anyone else's. The Undisputed Championship, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens. Which way did the guys vote? Let's have a look.
Apologies once again for my surroundings, dear Ministry of Wrestling fans. You find me abroad once again. So no studio today from me. I'm sorry. Very predictable card, this one. Not always a bad thing. I know it sounds weird coming from me, because I usually condemn predictability. This is a predictable card for most part, but what they've done well is that they've paired very, very good wrestlers with each other. And as is the case in point with this match, because both Cody and Kevin are excellent storytellers. Kevin Owens is a perennial main event guy. He's a perennial champion in the waiting. Both are brilliant with their in-ring narrative, but Kevin hasn't been built enough to take the belt off Cody this early. So yeah, Cody Rhodes will win this.
One good thing might come out of this match, and that's Kevin Owens going heel again. Kevin, your baby facing was good, but then it just became... Ugh. Get rid of the stunner as well. I missed that pop-up power bomb. But I guess the stunner is not even your move, no matter how much you try to make it yours. It's Steve Austin's, Stone Cold Steve Austin's one. So, but nonetheless, I hope Owens loses, Cody goes to shake his hand and just kicks him in his balls and bring back heel Owen. Well, yeah, Kevin Owens. Yeah, I keep saying Owen, my brain goes to heart. But anyway, bring back the heel version, and I hope this match brings him back. But my winner for match, I need to pick a winner: Cody Rhodes.
some of the most interesting title defenses has been when it's heel versus heel or favorite versus favorite. And in this case, it's a favorite versus favorite with the prize fighter Kevin Owens being literally awarded a title fight from the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. Now, as much as I commend that, Owens was going around thinking that he didn't really deserve it. But the true champion that Cody Rhodes is, he realized and acknowledged that he was one of the only people there that always had his back when he had his wars with the bloodline. And so, similar to what Sami Zayn did with Chad Gable, he rewarded his loyalty and his commitment to obviously doing what was right with a championship match, which is very honourable, I should say. Now, will we see a heel turn? Because obviously it's been advertised by the Grayson Waller show, none other than Grayson Waller himself, doing the old thing like what they did with Shawn Michaels, trying to show Cody Rhodes, this is the history of the friendships of Kevin Owens. He turned his back on Jericho, he turned his back on Sami Zayn, he turned his back on Kofi, although he did apologize for that, but he pretty much has turned his back on most of his friends. Mind you, he didn't turn his back on Randy Orton, so that's one thing to kind of chew the fat on. However, I don't know, we could see it, we might not see it. Obviously, they did the same thing with Shawn Michaels. HBK teased it for weeks, and then there it was. So, obviously, now I'm going to give it early. Cody Rhodes is going to retain the WWE Championship. And can I call a heel turn? It might not be on the actual pay-per-view, but when they come back, maybe. Or maybe they want to leave Germany with something to remember. If this is going to be the main event, then it's going to probably finish with something happening. What it is, we don't know. Could we see The Rock turn up? Could we see Kevin Owens turn? I don't know. But in order to not keep this going too long, still, your WWE champion, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Whoa!
So, I'm really going to actually enjoy the WWE Championship match because it's two of the best in the business going at it. And this match may have happened in Ring of Honor once upon a time, but now it's happening on a big main stage, the biggest you can get in the WWE. And it's a pleasure to see, as both Kevin and Cody are absolutely excellent. Unfortunately, it is really just an exhibition match. Might as well be a glorified house match at Bash in Berlin because there is no way that the title is changing hands. Hey, I would love to be wrong and they shot me and Kevin turned and each out a win, but that's not going to happen. Maybe that will happen down the line due to the loss Kevin's going to take here, but nah. Cody continues his reign and his new story. Cody for the win.
Honestly, I can't speak for the other guys, but if this video were to take longer than 20 seconds, they've dragged it out. And I'm saying this because I'm talking about them. So if mine does go over it, it's for that reason. It's Cody Rhodes. Like, with the highest respect to Kevin Owens, there's just no reason right now. I believe his contract's up in the air, but that's not anything else. It's just not KO's time, is it? Fantastic star, but it's a you deserve it title match. No. Come on, give Cody better. Cody Rhodes for the win. Maybe a Kevin Owens heel turn, but I doubt it because that's what the world's been waiting for. Cody for the win. KO will linger a bit more, then we'll see him go heel. Cody retains. Okay, so it seems that everybody has gone for Cody Rhodes to retain his title. So we keep it moving. We've got one where some of us are split. The other one, we're all together. Now, let's see if we're all strapped in. Because, yes, it's CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre in a strap match. Let's see how the guys voted.
I'm going to do it again now. I'm going to do it again. The winner of this match, I'm picking CM Punk because storyline-wise, it should be Punk. In my heart, it should be Drew, because Drew's killing it right now. And reward that man. Well, he's been carrying this feud pretty much on his own, what I've seen. I know Punk's there, but Punk's just, without Drew, he's nothing. But yeah, I'm going to put my dislike aside and just pick because I want these points. So I'm picking CM Punk because, yeah, I'm not in first, second. I don't even think I'm in third. I need to get up there, so I'm gonna, yeah, I'm doing it for the points. CM Punk to win.
Now, in its history, everybody loves a strap match. You know, if we go back to the whether it's the Terry Funk days, whether it's the Dusty Rhodes days, or even more recently, like, you know, the strap match has always been the one to watch, you know, because in a famous commentator's Hall of Famers words, someone's going to get whipped like a government mule. And both of them are, you know, Drew McIntyre's going to hold some licks, and so is CM Punk. And I'm telling you what, I'll tell you, they're going to have the mics up on that match because you're going to hear some lashings. I'm telling you, I don't feel. See, here's the thing. Both of them are tougher than a $2 steak. Another famous line of the good old JR. But it's true. It's true. But who's going to be the one to overcome in this match? And obviously, the last match and the last encounter that they had, Drew McIntyre got the best of it. Whether there was a little influence from Seth freaking Rollins, okay. But I think this is the match because obviously Drew still got that bracelet. So obviously now, you know, there's still that kind of storyline behind it. Could AJ turn up? Could Larry turn up? Maybe. AJ's more likely to turn up than Larry, but I don't think any of them may turn up in Berlin. It's just going to be a thing of CM Punk just getting a little bit back because obviously we want that Hell in a Cell match and we know it's heading there. And in order for it to head there, there's got to be a little bit of even Stevens. So being as this is their second official match, I think this one's got to go to CM Punk. Yes, we're going to see both of them get whipped like a government mule. They're going to stomp a mud hole in each other. They're going to walk it dry, but CM Punk's going to get the win here, which will lead to Hell in a Cell. When that will happen, I don't know. Maybe the next PLE. Obviously, we've got Survivor Series coming up, but usually that's where it's a team versus a team. So it is going to Hell in a Cell, and that's where the rubber match will happen. Hell of a rubber match. But this one's going to the Chicago native CM Punk.
In my personal most anticipated match, of course, man, it's a strap match. Like, the whole feud between McIntyre and CM Punk had been great, to be honest. Like, I love the promos, I love the shots, I love everything on social media, I love the sneak attacks, I love this continued thing with McIntyre running around with Punk's little handy mangle thing. Yeah, it's all just great. And to be honest, I'm glad like the feud is continuing. And I think we're only in like part 2 right about now. And as such, like, not every time 50 booking can be the worst thing because again, you sometimes do need to do that to keep the feud going. Yeah, if McIntyre beats Punk again, then really what claim to fame does Punk have to like actually want to fight him a third time? But I suppose that, you know, they can just do that if they wanted to. But no, I think Punk needs to get some of his heat back. He will win this strap match, and then McIntyre can come out and say, oh, you never actually pinned me, and then that can lead to the final match inside the Hell in a Cell at Bad Blood. So, yeah, CM Punk for the win.
Let's see if I can get it right this time. I'm going to stick with my answer and take it for the right thing. If this feud is going to build, one has to get the upper hand over. One gets the upper hand and the other one does, and then we build to rubber matches or what have you. It could be a complete beatdown, Art, Cody, and Seth. However, I'm going to go with it this time. I am going to go for CM Punk again to win in the strap match. CM Punk to win in the strap match, and Drew's going to take a loss, and then it starts to elevate. Even if not, it's not looking good for Punk, is it? CM Punk for the win.
Probably what's going to be the best match on the card with Drew and Punk. Their match at SummerSlam for me left a bit to be desired. It was fine. I think the match didn't equal the build-up and the rivalry. This isn't going to be the end of it. Punk is going to win this, and I'm sure there'll be a throwaway line of, "You never pinned me! I pinned you! I want you at hell in a cell!" I don't know how good that accent was, but it's fine. Yeah, Punk isn't going to pin him. He's going to do the touching four corners thing, and then that'll probably set up Hell in a Cell at Bad Blood. So yeah, Punk to win.
I like how everyone's calling Hell in a Cell. I heard the one guy at the press conference call Hell in a Cell, but it doesn't mean it has to end in Hell in a Cell. Give me a last man standing. That's what I want to see. I want to see these guys batter the tire out of each other, and let's see who can't get back up, because that's where it's been to this point. Then sadly, Punk's got to go on to Seth, but that's another story for another time. Okay, it looks like everybody believes in the cult of personality for this victory. Now we move on for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. The Unholy Union, Isla Dawn and Alba Fire versus Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. Which way did the guys vote? Let's have a look.
Now, out of the whole card, right, the rest of the matches in this PLE at Bash at Berlin have been pretty comfortable to sit here and debate. This one, not so much. It could go any way. I mean, nobody saw, the title loss at the Clash at the Castle in Scotland, because we thought a different Scottish native was going to become champion on home soil, but once again he got screwed over, and it was the second time. First by Solo, then by CM Punk. He travelled all that way to screw him over. Yeah, there's history there, but again, like I said, without deliberating too far, we thought a different Scottish native was going to become champion. It just happened to be Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, who are Scottish natives as well, so all credit to them. But I don't know, they're not really doing much with the titles that have just got people tuning in. Yes, they've held the titles for a bit now, but I think it's time the female superheroes, the Wakanda sisters, win the titles back. Because if they don't, where are they going? Is the heel turn going to happen? Because everybody wants to see Jade Cargill versus Bianca Belair. Where it will happen, I don't know. But it's coming. It's coming. I'm going to call it. Like, one of them's going to turn. More probably likely to be... actually, it could be any one of the two, because some people exceed better when they're heels. And I think Jade actually performs better as a heel, because in A&W she was that, she was that B. So the heel turn's coming. Just where, because if they lose, then obviously one of them's got to get frustrated, and then maybe the heel turn will come there. If not, maybe the Royal Rumble. Maybe they're holding on for a certain platform for them to share the ring with in terms of being rivals. But I think it's time that the superhero sisters win the titles back, Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. So, it's hard because obviously the Scottish sisters could retain the titles as well, but I think it's time they give it up now. So your new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill.
So the battle continues to make these women's tag team titles relevant, and keep them on TV weekly, and make something of them. I think it's a work in progress, but it's been done. At least they've been featured, and they've been featured quite prominently on a pay-per-view. And we all know these days there's only 5 matches on a pay-per-view, so if you can get one of those spots, it's a big thing. That being said, I think the time is up for Dawn and Fire. I'm surprised they held these titles as long as they did. I wouldn't exactly call it memorable reign or anything, because I saw they only got probably about 3-4 matches of TV time, out of it. So yeah, Bianca and Jade for the win.
So I believe this is where the seeds are planted. This is where the Holy Union, if they're taking on the Unholy Union, starts to crack. Someone's going to cost someone the title. The ladies of Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, this is where the money starts to plant the seeds. It will go here, probably worsen by Survivor Series. Then one will eliminate the other at Royal Rumble, and then the feud kicks off at Mania. So I am going to go for the Unholy Union to retain. Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill starting to crack. Unholy Union for the win.
Once WWE actually remembered that their women's tag team champions exist, they've actually been really good. Isla Dawn and Fire, the Unholy Union, have finally not their fault. They just sometimes aren't even on TV. But it does all feel like a means to an end now. I think they've got a good presence about them. They're snarky and they can back it up in the ring. But yeah, I'll give them credit for this. They've eventually been the spark that maybe the women's tag team division needed. But this is one of those all roads lead to predictability things. I can't see Jade and Bianca not walking out. So Jade and Bianca will win the tag titles here. They're your winners.
SummerSlam's come and gone. It's gone, right? Yeah, SummerSlam's come and gone. So I kept thinking Belair versus Jade Cargill, and they're going to build it for SummerSlam. I guess they might push for WrestleMania for this, but why did they take the title off them? I thought them losing the title would have been carrying a team type of argument, but have I gone for baby faces? Yeah, I think I've gone for baby faces to win so far. So you know what? Let me throw out there. I want to win, but I'm going to throw a softball out there and say the winner is going to be Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. That is just literally throwing darts at dartboard. It's a coin flip. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, that's who I think is going to win. Give him no points, please.
Call me Batista, because I walk alone. Just punched my mic there. Apologies. Right. Yeah. Everybody seems to believe in Bianca and Jade, who I would love to actually win, but I feel that this solidifies the Unholy Union. So let's make the Unholy Union more relevant. That's the one. Okay, guys, now time for the main event. Bash in Berlin. We'll see Randy Orton versus the Ring General, Gunther. Yeah, we all saw it at King of the Ring, and it was under dubious circumstances. Randy's out for blood, and there's nothing worse than the Apex Predator out for blood. Will he win? Will he move over to Raw and send Gunther to back to SmackDown? Yes, it was back to SmackDown because he started as IC champion SmackDown, but that's all irrelevant. Let's keep this short and sweet. It's Gunther, it's Randy Orton, it's for the World Heavyweight title. Who will win? Let's see how the guys voted.
Okay, so it must be the main event, man. I mean, you're in Berlin, you got to put it on last, man. You got to have Gunther, the champion, standing tall now at the end of the show. I mean, I am excited at the prospect of Randy Orton becoming a 15-time world champion. That's something that intrigues me. That's something that I want. Randy's at the top of his game. He's having fun. He's one of the only true consistent legends that's still around on a daily basis. So yeah, I would love to see Randy get that title, but I just think that you can't really do that to Gunther right now because we are letting him cook, right? This is his first major feud, after Priest, and we need to keep him going to the moon, really, isn't it? Otherwise then this title reign was just transitional and meaningless. So let's let Gunther have it for a few more reigns at least. But either way, the match is going to be excellent. And yes, I do think it should be the main event because the people in Berlin are probably going to go nuts for this match. Are probably going to be the most vocal they are throughout the night. So yeah, do that. And there's only one real right call here, and that is to have Gunther standing tall as still your World Heavyweight Champion.
5-card match, 4 of them, bang easy. This one, not so easy. One, because everyone's going to be like, it's in Berlin. Yes, it's in Berlin, which is in Europe. If that's what we're going to call Gunther's hometown run, go for it. But the man is Austrian, guys. Put some respect on his name. The reason why this is challenging is because it should be a little bit deeper in. If Gunther's title reign was a little bit deeper in, I would have been all over it. I would have said Randy Orton for the win. Gunther goes to SmackDown, and it goes into AJ's prediction. Gunther is chasing Cody Rhodes for the title. This is the man's first title defense. I can't do that. I can't do that. I would love for it to be that, because he should be going against Cody more than anything else. But there's no way. There's no way. So I'm gonna have it's weird because the stipulation's there, and it makes me want to go that way, but there's no way. So I'm gonna go with it. Gunther to retain, but God, I hope I'm right because I need the points, but God, I hope I'm wrong because I'd love to see him on SmackDown going after Cody. But for now, Gunther, retain.
I'll quote AJ here from our years of friendship. Randy Orton is that guy who you can insert into a title picture at any moment, and you know he'll do a job, and you know if he's feeling like it, he'll make you buy into him. And lo and behold, look what happened on Raw. He gave one of the best promos he's done for years. Yeah, he got me believing. But not for real. Like, Randy ain't winning this. Come on. Gunther's about to go on the run of runs, man. And you need to solidify that run by having him topple serious, legit competitors. What they've done brilliantly here is that they have called back to their King in the Ring rivalry, which is the one kind of blemish on Gunther's run to the world title. So they're tapping into their history really well. They've got an opponent in Randy Orton who, you know can end a match on a dime and be a champion, and you would believe it. Gunther ain't losing, man. And it's nothing to do with the fact that it's in Germany, because he ain't German. He's just not ready. He's gonna go on to Mania and beyond, maybe, but definitely he's holding till Mania. So yeah, Gunther to retain.
We're on this match. One of the easiest ones to predict on this card, I believe. I'm gonna let you know from now. I'm going Gunther because why wouldn't you? You know, it's Gunther. He's been doing flipping great. All that was it the US title he had for long? No, I'm talking about the Intercontinental title. Had it for time, made that great, and now he's got the titles in my eyes because the other one is just WrestleMania storyline, and when I get to that prediction, you see what I'm talking about. But for this, I'm picking Gunther to win. Randy, thank you. Come again. All right, peace, Gunther.
So, what's likely to be the main event at Bash at Berlin is the World Heavyweight Championship title fight, with the European favourite Gunther, the reigning defending champion, versus Randy Orton. This is Gunther's first title defence since winning from Damian Priest. So obviously it's going to be fairly interesting, being that Gunther may be the favourite, but being the veteran that he is, Randy Orton, he's obviously going to have a few favourites as well. Over the years, he's built a lot of respect on his name, and, we have a lot of Randy Orton fans also. So this will be a real emotional match for the fans, I would say. And another interesting fact is that the very first World Championship that Randy Orton won was the World Heavyweight Championship. It wasn't the WWE Championship. Obviously, he won that later on in his career when he became the Legend Killer. But the first championship, I believe, was 23 years old, was the World Heavyweight Championship, in which he beat Chris Benoit for. So obviously that title does mean a lot to Randy Orton, and he made it very believable and very credible that's the title he wants to win in order to become the second most hauling world championship collector, next to John Cena and Ric Flair. Woo! So it's a very interesting feat, and I don't think there would be too many disappointed people if he were to win that 15th championship. However, being that this is Gunther's first title defense. It's very unlikely and very unusual for any world champion to lose in their first title defense. The last person I recall losing in their first title defense in that situation many years ago, but it was Kane after he had won the WWE title. He lost it the very next night on Raw, back to Stone Cold Steve Austin. I don't think we're going to see that again. Obviously, there was a time and error for that. And as much as it could happen, it could still be believable. I don't think it's going to be that much of a factor here. It's the first title defense, and we know the history with Gunther with titles, and like what he did with the Intercontinental title. He is obviously going to do something very similar with the World Championship. So, still, your World Heavyweight Champion, the General Gunther.
Sorry, Leon, just to correct you, Rey Mysterio won a title, Kane cashed in. Drew McIntyre won a title, Damian Priest cashed in. I get your point. A cash in is still a title defense. Just had to be a bit picky there. But as you can see, guys, everybody has voted for Gunther to retain. Now, in a way, I'm happy because even if my prediction is right, I don't lose a point because no one's gone the other way. So that's something I want to do. But I'm actually going to do an AJ hot take. I've not done one of these in a while. A hot take. It's not just mine. The ministry do them as well. The rest of the ministry do them. How about he does lose and he does go to SmackDown and it's you're not worthy. You're the guy who couldn't even defend more than one title shot. And he decimates and builds his way over to the WWE Universal or Universal WWE, whatever it's called, Cody's belt. And that could be the feud. I just want to see Gunther versus Cody more than anything else. But hey, that's just my thing. I'm just still really planting for it. Could it be that he looks like the undeserving champion and everyone thinks, oh, Gunther's buried. Like if what I'm reading is right, poor Walter. Yeah. How did that go? He could still become a top champ. It's not the longevity of the title. It's what you do after. If they've got plans for you, they've got plans for you. Anyway, guys, let's keep it under 45 minutes. It has been an absolute pleasure doing this one. Do tune in with the Ministry of Wrestling. We are available on Instagram, Ministry of Wrestling, X, MOW News, Facebook, Ministry of Wrestling, and obviously we're here on YouTube, Ministry of Wrestling. Click, like, subscribe, comment below. Tell us what you agree with, what you disagree with. You've seen a few of our UK shows that we attended. Good numbers. We thank you for that. Even an interview with one of the biggest names, Michael Oku. And as you saw Big Tone done, we've now got white and black, baby. Soon, possibly to hit the merch stands. But anyway, I said we're going to keep it under 45. Let's keep it under 40. So until the next time, I am the one AJ. If you see us on the road, holla, and I will catch you next time. See ya.